Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a squat and deadlift day. The workout had some good and some bad. Some of it was some residual back fatigue from all the pull-ups and chin-ups I did yesterday, but let's start with the positive, because the squatting went good, right? I kept the weight at 335. I also used my squat bar today. Why? Because I don't want to load the weight and unload the weight back and forth to deadlift, and I have all these bars. I'm like, let me just deadlift with the power bar like I want to do, right? And I'll just use a squat bar for the squatting and the calf raises. Then I can leave it loaded in the rack. I don't have to unload the plates. Works perfect, far more efficient. But as far as the squats go, again, this was kind of the highlight of the workout. Again, I stuck with the 335, which isn't crazy taxing for me for fives. You guys have seen me hit 405 beltless for a 5 a month or so ago. But trying to work up to the 5 sets, working on hitting depth on every rep, this is what I have to do. I need to build up because I've got to get that depth. And I felt good about these sets today, right? Felt like everything was deep. Felt like my overall positioning remained good. I felt like my quads got worked. And that's really, really what we need, right? That's what matters at the end of the day. Are we working what we need to work? And I think the answer here is a solid yes. So the squats, super happy. I feel like I can slowly start working these up, and I want my goal. I want to get to, with that sort of depth, right? That sort of depth without a belt, I want to get to a 5x5 with 405. That's a goal, and as I continue to get leaner, because again, leanness has got to be a big factor, I look at that and go, if I can do that at a lower body fat than I'm at now, my legs are going to be about as big as I would ever want them to be. Okay, I think we would be in a really good place. That's a real good place to be. Okay, can't complain about that. So squats are good. Very, very happy with that. And they felt good. Like I felt no real strain. I'm also comfortable with my shoulders on these now. I mean, I had to stretch everything out. Like I usually do some dead hangs and some, stretches with my arms for my chest and everything against the uprights before we do the squats. So just so that I can get the bar, I don't really warm squats up. That's the funny thing. I do one warm up rep. I put 2 plates on and do a rep. And then I go straight to my work sets. Yes, I'm aware a lot of people think that's crazy. It's getting my shoulders ready is the only thing I have to worry about, right? Moving weight's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So, pretty happy with that. I'm going to have to reassess what I'm doing on the upper body days, though. Right? I'm going to have to reassess it because my lats got really fatigued and I couldn't do the deadlift volume I wanted to do. I really want to be able to work on 5x5 on deadlifts. And I know people are like, yeah, that's crazy. Why are you trying to do that? Because I know how much thickness and strength it brings to the table. That's why. I can also look at that and go, I mean, again, that would handle all of my leg development other than maybe my calves. Then I could just come in and focus on calves and abs. Wouldn't need the other posterior chain work unless I just feel like doing some. But I feel like that would put everything in a good place. But the question becomes, how do we balance it? How do we balance it with the other needs? That's the conundrum, isn't it? That's the conundrum we run into. Because I like doing all that volume on the upper body days. It's cool and everything, but I'm also looking at it and going, it's probably a little too much, because I did this set and I started cramping. At the end of that set, my lat was cramping, my left lat. I'm like, what's going on here? I was going to try to do a 5x5 with this. I came over and it cramped up on rep 1, and I'm just like, you know what? My lats are not recovered from that 10 sets of combined 5 sets of pull-ups and 5 sets of chin-ups yesterday, all weighted. Okay. Also, I noticed probably pretty inflamed from it because I'm holding a lot of extra water around my waistline this morning, and my diet should not have caused that in any way. So, just general inflammation. I'm going to reassess what I really need to do. And as cool as I think it is that I got away with that sort of workouts a couple times in a row, I don't know if it's really ideal for my development. You know, it might just be too much overall volume. So it might be, let's focus upon my big four and then maybe some sort of tricep. I almost look at it and go, I mean, even do I really need all that pressing with the pullovers? Or can I get away with 10 sets of bench every week? And is that enough for my pecs? Do I really have to have the incline? Good question. I also question, do I need a JM press in there, or is the long head getting enough work from the pullovers and the pull-ups? Guess it's a valid question. Because again, I also can't be coming in and being fatigued when I go to deadlift, right? That's not an acceptable level of performance. So, need to adjust that. But ironically, you know, calf raises and the squats went great, other than the first set of calf raises, because, you know, I was a little miffed about my lat cramping, and I went over to do my calf raises, and I did the first set. I didn't get the bar set correctly, right? I didn't grip it right, and I walked it out. I did 6 reps. It wasn't fantastic. I made up for it on the later set. So I'm like, let me get it in a better spot. I'll try to pick up those reps somewhere in another set. And I kind of did. So I ended up getting the same number of reps somehow, because one of the sets felt really good. I think I picked up a couple reps in it. But this is 10 pounds heavier because it's a 10-pound heavier bar. So the calf raises are going up. Calf raises felt great the last 4 sets. So those went good. And pretty much from there, I just did abs. I did 4 sets of hanging leg raises, and because I didn't do the deadlifting I did some glute ham raises to make sure those hamstrings got worked. Yeah. So did those. Came in, got it done. But when I look at total volumes, I'm almost like, you know, I do 5x5s pretty much on these big 4 lifts that I care about twice a week. And then fill in the gaps, you know, the pullovers, a little arm work, a little calf work. Well, no, I'm saying a little, but really means like 10 sets of curls. You know, it's not just a little. As I continue to get leaner, I'll probably be fine. You know, I'll probably be fine. Just gain muscle in the right places, just get thick, get strong, keep getting leaner. And make sure I do arm work. I mean, really, train curls and biceps the way that I talked about yesterday of what I'm trying to do moving forward, right? Put that same extreme amount of focus into curls and into biceps that I used to put into the deadlift. Optimize those curls. But this way, that's the other thing with what I'm doing, you know, I can put a lot of focus into every rep on every exercise to really get the most out of them. And I felt like I did that yesterday with those curls. But I feel like almost when I'm bracing that hard on a curl, I almost feel like it's a full body exercise too. So doing too much extra stuff starts to just get redundant. It's kind of like, maybe I just need 20 sets for upper body twice a week, 20 sets for lower body twice a week, especially if half of those are squats and deadlifts. That's really a lot of work on the body while still putting an emphasis on the arms, right? It really is. So I think that's what I'm probably going to do. Let's tame this volume down a little more reasonable. Keep making progress, keep moving forward, keep stripping this body fat down, get that waistline tighter. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.